Thank you, JP. Namaskar to one and all. As you all know, healthcare is ever growing industry. And if I talk about the current scenario, it is 1,48,000 crores in Indian domestic market. We witness since 1990s, the pharma industry in India is being dominated by MNCs in almost all therapy areas. But slowly, the pharma Indian players they took over in many therapy areas. Whether we talk about the anti-infectives, whether we talk about the derma segment, whether we talk about the nutraceuticals, nowhere the Indian pharma players they are behind. And if you see the Indian industry, uh, the domestic market is open economy, and the government is giving a free hand, and the many players, the entrance there is no barrier to entry into the market. So the huge number of players, huge number of products. So customer has a choice, consumer has a choice, doctor has an option to prescribe for the treatment. So affordability of product is very high affordable in India, and we talk about the accessibility of the product and availability of the product is very smooth. And every nook and corner you will find each and every medication across India. And currently, if we talk about the Indian retail scenario, also there are listed more than 8 lakh pharmacies who are selling medicines across India. So this is a very positive part in Indian pharma sector when we are talking about. And of course, India is the second largest population country, all 130 crore plus population in India, which gives a tremendous potential for the healthcare industry to grow evergreen exponentially. And this is a tried and tested and trusted system in India. The pharma products are coming, and pharma products are being selling manufactured in India in a traditional process. But however, in March 2020, the emergence of the pandemic, the COVID-19 we talk about, the coronavirus, majorly people say that it is originated from China, or China it is a planned aggression with biological war. This COVID has changed the scenario drastically across the globe. So India is also a part into that. In the pandemic, India is also suffering. Yes, right, JP, you are rightly said that it is during Corona DC period we are in. And the DC period, I have observed since last 4 months, few take homes in the market. When we talk about the products aspect, when we talk about chronic therapies has a slow growth, but again in the month of June it is peaked. One thing we have observed in the pharma market, generally we talk about the stocking points in the when it is leaving from the pharma in, hub, from the manufacturer's hub, it is the CNF or the stockists or the retailers. Now it is one more stocking point is the patients, they are keeping the stocks at home for 2 to 3 months. So the people who have stopped in the stocked the products for chronic therapies in the month of March. Now again in the month of June they have repurchase taken place. So it is in the month of June almost 7 to 10%, 7 to 8%. The market of chronic therapy is showing a growth, and it will continue the growth. When you talk about the acute care, no doubtly it has gone down because people are not locked down in home. They are not coming out. So need-based purchase is being observed. And the second part is the doctors are also not sitting in the dispensaries. OT are somewhere open, and somewhere it is semi-open. Doctors are practicing also part-time basis, not in the full-time basis. Even though their own dispensary, they are not coming with the cautiously. They are opening the clinic. They are meeting the people, and people are also approaching the doctors in a not rampantly physically. On the severity basis they are approaching to the physicians. So when we talk about the acute therapy has gone down, bearing the some need based seasonal antibiotics. We can talk about the amoxiclav, we can talk about the azithromycin, along with the cough cold preparation are growing double digit. We talk about gynae products, ortho products, pain management, derma, it has taken a deep, a degrowth, declining trend. On that we are talking. One more important segment, that is the nutraceuticals, right, JP? This nutraceuticals has taken a positive surge in that, looking into the two aspects into the life. One is the immunity building, other is as a prophylactic use. This nutraceutical market has shown a double digit growth, and one aspect in India has dramatically changed, and I can say rather contributed to the economy, with the starting from the manufacturer to the marketing to the consumers to the usage. If I talking about the PPE kits, PPE kits, when I say it is uh, contains of the, whether we talk about masks we are using, whether we talk about the gloves we are using, whether we are using the sanitizer, or for every 1 hour, or every outside every activity we do. Then we have we talk about the ventilators, Indian made ventilators. We talk about the pulse oximeters. This all are a new market, and they be it is surged like anything. And currently, if we talk about the product aspects again, there are two products which has entered just into the market. That is as per the portfolio, as per the profile of the protocol of the treatment of COVID. That is the remdesivir, which is uh, everybody, it is on the process of now the availability process. It is not available very smoothly. It is very short supply. The demand is very high. And other is the tocilizumab. This is a monoclonal antibody which is also huge demand. So this is the currently what is happening in the product segment in the Indian pharma market. At the same time, when we talk about the process, what has happened throughout the, if I talk about the process, what has happened on the process part, telemedicine, even though it is emerged in India for more than 2 decades, but it is really the taken the phase, taking the surge right now. Telemedicine has increased across the hospitals. Whether I was hearing yesterday in a webinar to Dr. Sangeeta Reddy, who is heading the Apollo Group. She was talking the telemedicine has taken a huge jump on that. Then coming to the doctor engagement, as I was talking about, doctors are sitting not on day, full day. They are practicing on a specific in the morning hours or the evening hours for a specific period. They are practicing. They are not allowing the medical representatives, the pharma representatives to visit them. Hospitals are not allowing. OTs are not open properly. There is a lockdown is going on. So the process has changed over here. So doctors are preferring generally the webinars we are talking about. We are talking about the video calls. We are talking about the video messages. We are talking about the SMS messages or emails, or the webinars. These are the platforms where we are meeting the doctors, and this has emerged the digital marketing. We call the digital era has come. This is about the one part, JP. We are talking about the DC period. Now I am going touching upon the AC period. After coronavirus, what is going to happen? As we have seen that the digital marketing, this is going to be a go a long way. Digital marketing, in the sense what we are currently doing is through the video promotion or the WhatsApp call or the SMS or the email. It will go much beyond this. We will talk about the promotion through the Facebook. We will talk promotions on the LinkedIn. We will talk on the promotion on Instagrams. We will talk promotions on uh, various journals, whether talk about the international journals, online journals. We are doctor also going to prefer the online subscription of the journals, magazines, because the curriculum, the education, everything is now on the process of online, and in the period to in the aged years to come also it will go online. This is the prefer, and it is one of the opportunity we have explored, and it is go a long way. Then the emergence, and it is started at the AI, artificial intelligence. We are talking about this is being in some hospitals, some doctors internationally they have accepted it, and it has been used. AI which strengthens further the doctors. And when we talk about AI is into the supply chain, is also in the pharma industry. Our industry it is being started. In the days to come, the AI, virtual reality, VR, and the augmented reality, this all are going to take a front seat in the pharma industry also. So this is what about the post COVID, the AC period we are going to be, and we are waiting for the vaccines to come. Once the vaccines will be by I think December or so, or by when we are touching to 2021, it will it will come into the market. So we will have a again the dynamics will change. At the same time, we will talk about the audience questions we have taken. Some audience questions are talking about the yes, JP, this is the pharma leaders, how to behave on that. Pharma leaders, when we talk about, they are not only the pharma marketing and sales, the other stakeholders are the IT people, the supply chain, the distribution, logistics. When we talk about this, all have to go through the change in the traditional approach. They have to merge and they have to come with digital marketing, digital method, digital way to approach, digital way in their process, aligned with the marketing and sales. Yes, for the marketing and sales piece, pharma leaders, I say you first adopt the namaste and avoid handshake. No handshake further, it is only namaste whenever we are greeting people. Then you follow the norms of like hand hygiene. When we are talking about 20 seconds of the hand wash, we are talking about face masks, the social distancing, the gloves, the PPE kits, which is mandatory. It has to be followed strictly. Pharma leaders ensure that till the grassroots level, whether we talk about the industry factories, whether we talk about in the field, whether we talk about the office, whether we talk about the R&D, everybody has to follow very strictly the social distancing norms and the self personal hygiene norms. Then the important is the skill updation. The skill is the digital skill. As we are following the social distancing, and as much as possible the we will use the digital media to approach the doctor, to approach the consumer, to approach the customers, to approach the retailers, to approach to the finance, to approach to even all aspects. Even the today's the virtual conferences, web conferences, webinars, all events are being managed on the virtually. So be ready. Not only the pharma leaders, they ensure that the field force from the medical representatives to the frontline manager, second line, third line, or the national managers, all the marketeers, the entire team is aligned and tuned with the digital marketing. And obviously, the it is a testing time. It is a hardly few months or a couple of years. This pandemic will be there. Once the pandemic will be over, even we the people, we can make it the pandemic to an end, take it to the end. Now the treatment options are available with the ARVs, whether the monoclonal antibodies, whether we are going with the in the days to come with the vaccines. So this all will be taken care of that. Till then, we have to be update our skills on digital media. We have a social distancing. We have to follow the hygiene norms. We have to adopt the namaste. We have infrastructures. When we talk about also this IT supply chain, they have to come up along with the uh, digital marketing, the market needs and the consumer needs. In the process, what will happen, JP, the data currently we are having, which is not really the useful data, but in the long term, when we talk about this, when the data is going to come through this telemedicines or through the AI or through the virtual reality, there is live data we will be having, that patients consumption, patients preference, patients whether he likes which flavor, which doesn't like flavor, whether it like injection, a particular individual patient to patient, consumer to consumer basis, we will have a data. And at the same time, we will have a demographic, which area, what kind of dosage, what kind of digit treatment, the frequency, n number of data is going to be come with us, which is really exciting. So the entire team, the back end analytics or the front end, we are the warriors when we talk about. So we have to be, we will get a good number of data. That data and the information will help the pharma industry to further exponential their growth. So I am expecting a good and the positive sign for the pharma industry. Be ready, be excited, and till then, The farmer leader says I have talked about the follow namaste and namaste to all. Thank you.